I wanna be like you. Wobby-dooby-doo. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, true. Oh, hey guys, what's up? I wasn't singing to a stuffed monkey or anything. No, of course not. Guys, welcome to Justin Movie Reviews, where today I will be reviewing The Jungle Book. And no, I don't mean the Disney movie that came out years and years ago, or that other honestly crappy live action one that no one likes to talk about. No, today we will be reviewing the new Jungle Book that came out this year. So everybody prepare to take a trip back to your childhood. Today it is review of The Jungle Book.
I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
Okay, so The Jungle Book. Before we start talking about the movie, let's talk about where it came from. So, in 1894, The Jungle Book was written and published as a book, and it was written by Rudyard Kipling. Now, years down the road, of course, we all know Disney made a version of The Jungle Book, which I'm sure everybody grew up, and like me, you loved it. I mean, it was actually a very fantastic movie. Then we had that other one that nobody likes to talk about, but that's okay, because now we have this one. And in my opinion, this movie was so fucking amazing, it was ridiculous. Talk a little bit about the backstory of The Jungle Book. If you're not familiar with it, if you're not, I'm not sure where you've been the past 20 or so odd years, but here's a refresher. So the story follows the adventures of a boy named Mowgli. Now Mowgli's parents were killed in the jungle while they were there. The animals of this said jungle then took it upon themselves to raise Mowgli, and he became what we like to call the Jungle Boy. Now, the story follows the adventures of him running around through the jungle, learning the ways of the jungle, the animals in it, running into a few mishaps here and there with a tiger and a snake. You know, every normal person's Saturday night. The role of Mowgli was played by Neil Sephey. Now, this role for Neil Sephey was actually his first big role in any sort of big production, and honestly, in my opinion, he nailed it. He did a great job as Mowgli. His acting was spot on, so he did a great job. Now, of course, Mowgli was raised by wolves. He was raised in a wolf pack. Now, the two wolves in particular that he was raised by was one of them being the leader of the wolf pack. Now, the leader of this wolf pack was a Akela, who was played by Giancarlo Esposito, which we can recognize from shows such as Once Upon a Time and, of course, Breaking Bad. Now, his wife was Rakasha, who was played by Lupita Nyong'o. Now, growing up in the jungle, Mowgli, of course, he meets other animals, one of them being a panther by the name of Bagheera, who was voiced by Ben Kingsley, who we can recognize from movies such as Ender's Game and Stonehurst Asylum, who help him become who he is as a person, or a wolf, as they like to say it. So growing up in the jungle, of course, the animals don't like man. That's their thing. They don't like man. They especially don't like fire. They call it the red flower, or man's red flower. So they don't like man. But Mowgli seems to be the exception. Except, there's always an exception, except for a tiger by the name of Shere Khan. Now, Shere Khan is played by Idris Elba, which of course we can recognize from the Thor movies. He is the gatekeeper. Shere Khan doesn't like man, doesn't like fire, doesn't like the whole shebang. So he wants Mowgli out. But of course, the wolf and Bagheera and the other animals don't want him out. So they're at a conflict of interest here. So Mowgli steps up, sort of becomes a man, and wants to protect his friends and family. So he goes and leaves and walks through jungle to the man village to join his people. So while he's going through, he meets some other people along the way, one of them being a very cunning and sly snake by the name of Kaa. Now this was very interesting. In the original Jungle Book, Kaa was actually voiced by a man, but in this one, he was voiced by a woman, which of course we know is Scarlett Johansson, which we can recognize as Black Widow from the Avenger movies. Another character that he meets along the way is a very lovable and kind of stupid adorable, if that makes any sense, bear by the name of Baloo, which of course he is voiced by the brilliant comedic actor Bill Murray. And if I need to tell you what movies Bill Murray was in, then we're gonna have issues. And one other person that he meets along the way, which is another villain, which was very interesting in my opinion that the Jungle Book did. They actually had 3 villains in this movie. They of course had Shere Khan, they had Kaa, and then they have this third one who is King Louie. This was very interesting because in the original one he is actually an orangutan. Now in this one he is actually something that is known as a Gigantopithecus, which was basically the prehistoric ancestor of the orangutan. It was a huge ass fucking monkey. This thing is terrifying. I would not fuck with this monkey. I'm serious. But this monkey is voiced, of course, by Christopher Walken. When I heard that Christopher Walken was going to be voicing King Louie, I have to go see it now. Like, I was already going to go see it, but I wanted to go see it because I'm like, are they going to have Christopher Walken sing? Are they going to have him sing the I Want to Be Like You song? Well, I wasn't disappointed. And hey, that man can actually sing. I was shocked, but it was great. In all, The Jungle Book was a great movie. It made me laugh. It had me sad. It had me even worried about some of the characters at certain points in the movie, which nowadays is very hard to do. This movie grasps the audience and brings them into the story. Now, for those children that did not maybe see the original Jungle Book like the rest of us did, and this being the first one they saw, I still think that it is a great start and introduction to the Jungle Book for children. This movie still does that. I still would advise you to watch the original Disney movie because it was awesome. It was full of action, adventure, comedy, horror at some points. I mean, it was just filled with everything. If you want to go see a movie this year that makes you feel every emotion that you could possibly feel when you're watching a movie in about 2 or 2.5 hours, I think it was, and something that just yanks at your nostalgia, go see The Jungle Book. I highly recommend it. It was a beautiful movie. I would go see it again and again, but of course we're not made of money. So when it comes out on DVD, I'm going to be one of the first in line to go get it. So I recommend you guys to go see The Jungle Book because it's great. This has been a movie review of The Jungle Book. My name is Justin Sisk. Go down there, hit that subscribe button for more reviews, other series, and other things that's coming from this channel. Please help me out by subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you guys next time. And admit it, we all sing to a stuffed monkey sometimes. Bye.